Hi, good morning everyone. We're coming up to another Shabbos. This Shabbos is a special Shabbos. Every Shabbos is special. But as we know, this Shabbos is the 17th of Tammuz. The 17th of Tammuz is really supposed to be a fast day. As we know, the 17th of Tammuz is the day that unfortunately too many not positive things happen to us. That's why it's a fast day. The first thing, as we know, the Luchot, the tablets broke. They broke into Jerusalem, and many other things, as the Gemara teaches us. But this year, as we know, Shivasa B'Tammuz, the 7th of Tammuz, is on a Shabbos. So as we know, on Shabbos, when Shivasa B'Tammuz comes like this year, we do not fast. On the contrary, Shabbos is a very happy day, a special day, and so on and so forth. So this is why the law is we postpone the fast. Instead of Shabbos, we postpone it for Sunday. It's the famous statement of the Rabbi Maharash, if I'm not mistaken. And he says, if the fast is postponed, like postponed from Shabbos to Sunday, if it's postponed, let it be postponed completely. So let's hope this year, that's the 17th of Tammuz is on Shabbos, and we're not fasting on the 17th of Tammuz. It's being postponed. Let it be postponed completely, and let Mashiach come. As we know, the Gemara teaches us when Mashiach will come, the 17th of Tammuz will turn from a day of fasting to a day of festive. So this year we're really having it already. This year we're really having the 17th of Tammuz a celebration. We're making Kiddush, we bring, we eat delicious meals. So even though the reason is because it's on Shabbat or we can't fast, but that reason should bring us the real reason, as the Rebbe said, and we should have the real festive of Mashiach on Shivasa B'Tammuz, and the fast shall be completely postponed. So this is what makes the Shabbat to be a great Shabbat, a Shabbat that we see a day that doesn't seem like a positive day. It's a negative day, but it transformed to be positive. It transformed to be a day of joy, a day of simcha. So Shabbos represents this Shabbos. What's the greatness about it? A day of sadness being postponed, but a day of sadness turns around to be a day of simcha, a day of joy. As we learn in the Kabbalah, it apcha chashocha lineora. The darkness gets transformed to light. This is the Shabbos. Not just light as every Shabbos. It's a darkness being transformed to light. And this is also related to this week's Parsha. And this week's Parsha we know is called Parshat Balak. Parshat Balak is, we have the big long story of Bilham wanting to curse the Jews, and as it says, Vayafoch, God transformed the curses into blessings. And as we know, the great blessings all comes from this parsha. He meant to curse, but really was a blessing. So we see again, this Shabbos is related to the idea of transformation, turning around, that we have the greatest blessings at this Shabbos and this parsha. One more point, and this is about Balak himself, that the parsha is named after him, Balak, the king of Moab. And as we know, Balak was not a good person. He wanted to erase the Jews. And this is what we learn in this parsha. And it comes, the big question is being asked by many. Why do we call the name of a parasha on somebody evil, somebody not good, somebody negative? Why not someone positive? On Korach we have an answer. At least he's a good Jew. He's a Levi. He failed, but he's a good Jew in essence. But Balak, why do we call the parsha Balak? And this gives us and brings us to the same explanation again. We know that Balak was the father, as some say the grandfather, of Ruth. Ruth being the great-grandmother of David HaMelech. Teaches us the Shilah Kodesh, and he says that Balak, whatever he was, whoever he was a very wise man. And he knew that the kingdom of David is coming from him. And he knew the Mashiach is coming from him. Because, as we said, his daughter or granddaughter was Ruth, and from her came the whole kingdom of David, and Emetz Hashem, the kingdom of Mashiach, and the redemption that we're going to have. So this what Balak represents in a deeper essence. The deeper essence of Balak is the person that in the simple text he shows negative. In the simple text he shows no good. In the simple text he wants to harm. But in the deepest text he knows what is his being. His being is that he is the father of the King David. He is the father of the kingdom of Mashiach. Deep, he brings out a lot of positive. And the positive that you're all waiting for, Mashiach, all comes from him. And this is why the parsha is called Balak. Not the Balak that we see, the Balak that's being transformed. As we just said, the Balak that we see is negative, but the Balak is being transformed. Yes, not by him, by his kids, but he saw it already. By his kids being transformed. That from this negative comes out the great positive, Mashiach himself. And this is all concluded in this parsha and in this Shabbos, the transformation from negative into positive. And this is what we have to celebrate this Shabbos. It's a very special Shabbos. It's a Shabbos that on the surface it looks not so good, but really it's all turned around to good. All blessings coming from this Shabbos. Mashiach comes from this Shabbos. And the fast of the Shiva Asar B'Tammuz also gets removed this Shabbos, or we celebrate. Let's celebrate. And as we were told by the Rebbe Marash, let's postpone the fast. But not just only postpone it for Sunday. We'll postpone it because Mashiach will come and we'll have the real simcha. As we're learning in this week, all the prophecies of Bilam about Mashiach, this Shabbos should materialize. Mashiach coming from Balak, the prophecies of Bilam about Mashiach, and as we said before, the fast of Shiva Asar B'Tammuz turning around, becoming a great simcha, a great festive. Good Shabbos, a good Shabbos.